Welcome back. Sorry, was interrupted by the phone there. Welcome back to my second home, it seems. I seem to spend a lot of time in the seat of this car. Today I'm going to talk about suspension. It's a difficult choice, it's a very personal choice, but it's a very important choice because if you get it wrong, you can absolutely ruin the car. I've had Subarus for 23 years now, and ranging from fire-breathing 850 horsepower time attack monsters to a completely standard Subaru Legacy GT Spec B. So a wide range of vehicles, and each one of them has had its own advantages, disadvantages as far as the suspension setup. And I've used coilovers and suspension, and up until now I thought that the ideal compromise wasn't available, but maybe it is. I'm going to talk about what I've fitted to the Forester and why. So, I'm a bit older now, and the roads in the UK are pretty damn awful. So it's very important to not ruin a car for the roads that you normally drive on. So if it's a daily driver or a car that you drive around town where the roads are really bad, which they are in most towns in the UK, will lead you to a different decision as far as what suspension to put on the car. Coilovers are renowned for being hard, great for the track, not so good for the road. Cheaper coilovers, the top mounts, the bearings in those knock and rattle. The standard suspension works fabulously, but as we all know, anyone that has had a Subaru for a few years, the rear suspension is prone for knocking. And that's what happened on my Forester. The rear just started knocking. So I got some Pedders Sport Riders. I had them on my old Forester STi, the 450 horsepower grey one, Nardo grey, and loved them on that. And this one, I thought I would put them on and see whether it makes it a really good daily driver, which is what I use this car for. I also like to drive a little bit enthusiastically from time to time. So I chose the Pedders Sport Rider for four main reasons. The first is the ease of fit. They just bolt straight on, no setting up whatsoever. Put them on, do them all up, obviously get the wheels aligned, and that's it. Don't need to set the heights, don't need to do anything like that. Come with the top mounts, come with the right springs, perfect, just bolt them on. Secondly, the firmness of the ride with the Pedders, it's like the STi suspension, but just a bit firmer. Perfect for the road, in my opinion, for UK roads in particular. And coupled with a slight drop in the height, it's probably about 1.5 inches, I would say, on the Forester STi, which sits it pretty perfect, as you can see from this picture. You know, it sits down really nicely. The wheels fill the arches. And the fourth reason is cost. They're a bargain compared to high-end coilovers. They are an absolute bargain. About the same price as low-end coilovers. They last a lot better, in my opinion. So what are they like to drive on? Well, I've just done around 2,500 miles in the space of 3 weeks, heading over to France, Spain and Portugal in them. And on the roads, on the motorways, perfect. Not bouncy, not too solid, not knocking. Had some fun up in the mountains on the hill climb course, and they were amazing, absolutely amazing. I should say that this video is not sponsored by Pedders. I've paid for the Pedders myself. They haven't told me that I have to give them a good review, because I would only fit things that I like and think are valuable or worthwhile onto my car. So I'm just going for a little drive across the New Forest in Hampshire. As you can see, the New Forest ponies. One there looks like it's been shot dead. Obviously isn't, he's asleep. Common misconception that these are wild ponies. They're not, they're all owned. just allowed to graze on common land. So with the Pedders, I have paired them up with white line 22mm anti-roll bars front and rear, just to make it a bit sharper for the turning, because the standard roll bars are a little bit soft in my opinion, and the 22mm I think is a great compromise for the roads. As you can see, we're not bouncing around too much. The roads are, you know, lumpy and bumpy. More scary horses. So we're across the cattle grids, so the horses are no longer present, so we can now find a road to put our foot down a bit. So would I recommend this setup? Yeah, absolutely. Pedders Sport Ryder with white line 22mm front and rear anti-roll bars. I think it's perfect for the UK roads, for a car that isn't solely track focused, for one that's a daily driver, have a bit of fun with, but most of all, it doesn't annoy you on our roads. So for me, this is the perfect suspension setup. If you've got other ideas on that, pop it down in the comments down below, and we can chat about it, no problem at all. Always open to ideas. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.